And it's so bright and sunshiny here, up here. So, have y'all ever been, hi, you look so bright and pretty to me. I'm going to stare at you a lot. Have you ever been so single? So single that when people accidentally bump into you, you thank them for the physical contact. Thank you so much, right? I mean, I suppose it could be worse, right? Like you could be married, right? Ow, right? So the best part of marriage for me was the high that I got from divorce. And so here's the thing, like you can't get that high unless you get married, right? Like, there's no way. So I kind of assume that anybody who's engaged to be married has heard about that divorce high. And they're just like, woo, let me get at it. Like, I've done it twice. That's how good it is, right? That high is serious. Like, so I'm kind of addicted, so much so that I'm thinking about, like, growing and selling my own divorce high. Like there's a high demand for that divorce high. Like seriously, supply demand kind of thing. So I gave a homeless man some money. And when I gave it to him, our hands touched. And his hands were so soft. And I thought, what is he doing to moisturize those hands? Like he's out in the elements, right? So I wanted to ask him, but I was like, what if he says something fancy? Like if he says Vaseline intensive care, go with God. Like I'm good with that, right? But if he says like Kiehl's or Crabtree and Evelyn, like what am I supposed to do? Can I ask for my money back? Like an ethical dilemma, right? So not sure what I'm gonna do with that one. A friend of mine posted, people, and he put it in quotes, people cannot change your destiny. Hashtag Joel Osteen. Correct. And a friend of his in the comments put, yeah, they can, because I'm pretty sure the Jews did not decide that they wanted to be killed in ovens. Thought it would end there, because that seemed like, you know what, new post, put a picture of a baby up, like just keep it moving. But no, the positive friend that I have then came back in more quotes with Maya Angelou, and still I rise. And his friend said, well, they can't, because they're dead. And I just put hashtag thoughts and prayers. Like I didn't, like how do you get out of this? Let's just shut that down. Thoughts and prayers shuts a lot of things down, right? So speaking of prayers, a friend of mine said, Gina, I'm going to pray for you tonight. He knew I was coming here in front of all y'all, right? And so I was like, can I write the script? Because I'm not trying to judge, but I've seen your life. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to rewrite what you're asking for. I don't want to be a part of any of that. So, no thoughts and prayers from me. So, ugly babies. I mean, do you think parents who have ugly babies know they have ugly babies? You know you have an ugly baby, right? Like, I mean, come on. Like, and I know beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but like a universal kind of ugly. Just globally accepted, beastly, right? So, the thing is, I think what happens is that people, they think it's their fault, right? Like, they have something to do with it. You didn't. You had the right inputs. Good semen, good egg, stir it up, but the uterine kitchen, it cooks it up how it wants to do it, right? So it doesn't have anything to do with you. Here's what you can control. You put up one pic. That's it. One ugly baby pic. Not a whole collage of this horror that we have to scroll through. Like, how did you put that together and stay together as a person? Like, and then me, like, I can't scroll through fast enough, right? The only other thing you could do a boomerang, right? It's 4 seconds. You'll never get the full depth of the ugly. Like, right? Like, you can just, right? Just go really quickly. One pick. That's all you got. Where are my biracial bisexuals? Woo! Oh, so you coming in? Yes, it's usually just me. So I think bis are the most sort of confusing of the queers, and not just because we're like, hey, in my case, bisexual, biracial, we're like, how many boxes can I check on this form? Like it's all colored. Because you know, the others are, it's just pretty standard. I don't know why it's so confusing. Like, I had tuna for lunch and a burger for dinner. They're both delicious, right? So I don't understand, no one questions that behavior, but they question a lot of other things. I think when my friends find out that I'm bi, they're like, whoa, wait, whoa. They start replaying the tape, 8-track in my case, of life. So I would pause, rewind. Gina, have you been liking me this whole life? It's confusing, I know. No, right? I said I was bi. I'm not tasteless. Are you kidding? Right? Like, just because we like men and women doesn't mean we want you. Generally speaking, if nobody really wants you, we also don't want you, right? You don't. I think statistically, like, your chances should improve and get better, but they don't. We also just don't want you. So, hey. I don't know if I'm too old, too PC, or just too queer, but I thought a gender reveal party was when somebody came out as trans. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just check that. I've had 2 babies, let me just tell you. We did not have a party. We had a discussion why the contraception failed twice. You know what I'm saying? That's really what we were talking about. No pink or blue bows. So, I am an older mom. And what that means is beyond being old, is that I sort of had my kids later in life. Like my friends, or some of them have grandkids, right? So I had kids later in life. So I'm mostly just interested in checking things off my bucket list, despite the fact that there are children, you know, running about, right? And nobody puts have kids with your old ass eggs on a bucket list. So I think, like, we have some fundamental similarities. Like, they're just looking for somebody to parent them. I, too, am looking for somebody to parent them. And, you know, Santa didn't really come through again this year. So we're looking for, like, a tooth fairy or an Easter bunny or just a stranger on the street to fix this travesty. So we'll see what happens. Kids just say a whole bunch of shit, right? So, right? And you can't, and the decibels are like, right? It's like they have a mic all the time. So I work in Gallery Place, and as you may know, except for the guy from New York and any of his people who are not from down here, it's quite a colorful area. It's just a melange, if you will, of life and death at any given point on 7th in front of that McDonald's and whatnot. I know you know, you just walk past it, you get the contact high, you just keep going. So I brought the little one to work with me, and so we're going the street, and she's like, Mommy, I don't mean to be rude, which is a setup. Where I'm about to say a whole bunch of rude shit, right? Mommy, I don't mean to be rude, but there are a lot of black people here. And I was like, well, you are rude. Also, you're black. So, but I thought, no. Mommy's a little splintered up. We ain't really sure what all that is about. But Dad is full black, don't crack, and you're pretty solid there. Also, some of these people might be your dad's relatives. So I need you to pull back. Right? I mean, she's just... So I'm raising a racist. I am, and I know it. And I am. And I guess for me, a little more challenging as somebody who's typically on the receiving end of racism. I don't know how to safely raise her, right? I'm from the North. Like, we prefer our racism just a bit more subtle. So I'm hoping for a little gerrymandering. I'm Gina Brown. Thank you.